good afternoon from Germany. Well, you still have the beautiful day ahead. For us, it's already time for some nice beer. We are here in Bavaria, so that's part of our, I would not say regular tradition, but we also have great, delicious, alcohol-free beer. So a lot of good stuff to do. Well, actually, you enjoy the very pleasure of having two MBA programs at the same time. So let me share my screen, and I hope that works, that you can see now the screen. Thank you. You will get introduced to two MBA programs our university is offering. The Master International Business, my colleague will introduce to you in a second, and I will tell you a little bit about our Master of Transformation. So two programs, so you get the double load today. Well, a little bit insights first into where we are. We are in two cities, Wurzburg-Schweinfurt, close by, and we are in the heart of Europe, in the heart of Germany. From here, that's quite easy to travel. And compared to the distance we saw just there, Ecuador, Colombia, and all that, it's much closer here. Our university, we have offer in total 40 different degrees, almost 10,000 students, and 240 full-time professors. Big advantage, small study groups, and our professors all have an experience in the industry. So they either work for, like me, PricewaterhouseCoopers, EY for consulting companies, or worked in the industry, or worked with law firms, but they have not only academic experience, but they have already industry experience. That's why, as a University of Applied Science, that's our big bonus or a big plus that we can offer. We cooperate very closely with corporations, both in the region, and if we say in the region, those are companies like BMW, Mercedes, Bosch, Siemens, Fresenius Medical Care. So a lot of quite known German companies are located around Wurzburg and Schweinfurt. Views of Schweinfurt, my colleague, he is located in Wurzburg, a beautiful fortress, a nice residency there. So you have some very old buildings, but on the other hand, also young populations. 30% of the inhabitants are students. Together with the university, that's quite a vibrant city and very nice. And similar to Schweinfurt, it just takes an hour, especially with the train, just an hour to Frankfurt, Munich to Stuttgart. So you are rather fast in the big cities. The big advantage of our rather small towns is cost of living is much cheaper. So the prices for apartments and the rest of the cost of living is much cheaper than in Frankfurt or in Munich. So it's easier to find an affordable apartment. And what's also pretty cool, our region, when it is ranked in job availability, we recently are among the top 10 throughout Germany. So there was a survey among 70 or 71 German cities. At Wurzburg and Schweinfurt, we rank among the top 10. We are 8th place when it comes to job availability. We really have a very low unemployment rate. So companies here around look for international experienced, well-trained graduates. Schweinfurt, on the other hand, is a little bit smaller. We also have some old buildings, but we also, and I will tell you a little bit about that in a second, there was a military site that was transferred to an educational campus, and we are very happy now that we don't have that many soldiers, but we have some very nice buildings with professors and students that make it very lively, very vibrant community. Both the quality of living is very good. That includes, for example, also when it comes to security, there's no issues whatsoever to walk day and night out on the street. We have, especially what you can see here in the background, some of the streets are already turned into bicycle streets. So that's where bikes have priority compared to cars. Our public transportation system is pretty cool. And because of the energy crisis, there has been some further improvements that for a flat rate, you can use public transportation throughout Germany. And that's another big advantage. Most of our students, pretty much all of the students, don't even need a car. The public transportation is pretty cool, gets you all around, and with a bike you are even more flexible, or with some e-scooters that you can rent everywhere. That makes it really nice to commute between our different campus, between getting out there for lunch or meeting friends out in the afternoon for a basketball game or for a football game whatsoever. As I mentioned, 2 programs. The first program, I will talk a little bit about the Master of Transformation. That's a new MBA. It was started last fall. 2 program directors heading that. That's colleague Uwe and myself. And we have a team of 2 nicely lovely ladies that are specifically dedicated to helping you with the onboarding process, helping you finding housing, getting health insurance and all that stuff. So they are specifically dedicated here to help you with all the day-to-day business to make as smooth as possible experience from you. Overview of our program. Both of our programs, they cost 16,500 euros. That's the semester tuition fees. That covers all the tuition and learning experience. On top, for all students, there's that 100 euro a semester fee, but that includes already public transportation. So every student has to pay that 100 euro tuition fee, semester fee, and that tuition fees covers a lot of discounts for food, discounts for copying machines and whatsoever, and public transportation is already included. For your thesis, because we work together closely with experts from the industry to pay them and to pay their travels, there's also a supervisory cost for 400 euros for the master thesis. What are the formal requirements to get in? Formal requirements are an undergraduate degree of 210 ECTS credits. So if you don't meet that, if it's only 180, you still have the chance to do additional courses. So 180 is the absolute minimum, but 210, that's the normal one to get in. The grade average should be 2.5 and better, and 1 year of work experience. This is a professional degree. So what you meet here are leaders, future leaders who want to go on the next level of their career. And that's why you need to have some work experience before. And 1 year of work experience is the mandatory thing. All of the course is entirely in English. As we have already quite some international programs, we have a bachelor program. We have 2 bachelor programs completely taught in English, one in business engineering, one in logistics. So there's already quite some international crowds. When I walk across campus, I hear all different types of languages. And what I enjoy most, once a semester, we have what's called a kind of a potluck lunch, where all the different ethnicities bring their different food. That's really delicious. Start of our next program, or both programs, is in October. But make sure when you want to apply on time, because visa might take a while. What you're going to expect? That program, Master of Transformation, we train for highly demanded job profiles. Crisis, change agents, transformation managers, transformation project managers, those are job profiles that are very much thought after. So we specifically address 3 layers of transformation. We address the layer of organizational transformation, so what's called business transformation or digital transformation, that's what we address. We also talk about the inner transformation, how to help you find your purpose, how to help you with mindfulness, be stress resistant, and understand the global transformation. So understand the ecological crisis, understand the climate challenges, understand the global geopolitical issues. So we talk about transformation on 3 levels: inner transformation, business transformation, and global transformation. In detail, how does that look like? It's a 3-semester program. The last semester is reserved for your master thesis. And the first 2 semesters, those are focused on the content. The content, we talk about understanding complex ecosystems, VUCA, system thinking. We talk about intrapreneurship and intrapreneurship. We talk about different aspects of behavioral economics. Second semester, you apply this stuff in business modeling, in how to lead and manage humans. So those are the first 2 semesters. Keep in mind, we are University of Applied Science, and specifically both of our programs are really here to support your career. That's why we integrated right from the first semester with corporate experience. Specifically, in our program, we only teach Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. On those 3 days, full day teachings, so intensive teachings, and on 3 days also, you have the opportunity to work, to continue working either in your company, if you're from Germany, or find a job here and already have the German job experience. Quite a few of those companies around here, they are very international. Corporate language is already English, so you can step into and gain work experience here in the German job market. So those are the first 2 semesters. And the last semester, the 3rd semester, is completely dedicated to the transformation project and the master thesis. So that's specifically where we allow for a smooth transition into either the German job market or the international job market. So you can do that wherever you want. We study hard, but we also have fun. So for example, here are a few pictures of the last courses we did. Yes, we have video input, so some lectures, some TED lectures, or whatsoever. Yes, there will be some video elements, but what's really intensive is those get-together where you physically meet each other, where you practice together, where you challenge each other. So we study hard and we have fun. For example, one of the cool stuff is our campus startup night. At 7 p.m., you all are given a challenge for a real-life problem from companies, from sponsors, from VCs, venture capitalists, and you have all night long to come up with a minimal viable product with a business plan on the next morning, and then awarded prize in real money. And even better, you get the contacts to venture capitalists, to companies who want to really invest into your ideas. And that's, for example, our startup night, the last one in 22, the next one, 23, is coming up. So that's something we, because of the success, we do every year. So talking about the success, we're happy that some of our students already recognized on an international and global, on a national level. For example, Branef, he was awarded with a DAAD German Excellence Award, €1,000 prize that he was awarded last semester for his outstanding contributions. So that was, in a nutshell, briefly the overview of our Master of Transformation program, and some similar but with a different focus and different nuances, now our Master International Business with a regional focus, and Arthur is going to explain to you all those other details.
Okay, thank you very much, Bernd. I'm starting my presentation right now. You can hopefully see it. Can you?
Perfect. Looks good.
Perfect. It's visible right now. So thank you very much for all your very interesting information, which we highly appreciate. Bernd, and starting at the beginning, the first thing I would like to say, because I spent a couple of weeks recently in Colombia, is that we are a state university. However, dear students, this is a very good thing indeed here in Germany, here in Europe usually, and it's absolutely not comparable to what you have in Latin America. For example, here in Germany, it's just the other way around, I would say. The state universities are really high ranked, and you don't need to fear anything by studying with a state university. This is the first thing I would like to say. And because there were very often misunderstandings, the second thing is that we are a technical university, which simply means in Germany that we have a certain focus, okay? But we also offer many different subjects which are not connected to technical subjects at all. Like, for example, the Master in Business Administration, which I would like to present right now. So what you see is a very lovely and happy group of our students. They just graduated and they had a lot of fun. And let us move over to the next slide. I would like to introduce myself pretty much at the beginning. My name is Arthur Fabisch. I'm the exception to the rule, as I have not studied economy, but I'm a lawyer. This means that I worked for an American law firm for a while and changed and become a professor at the University of Applied Sciences here in Würzburg, Germany, which is, by the way, a beautiful and lovely city, as you have seen. On the right-hand side, this is Jean-Marc Montag. He is our marketing manager for Latin America and is willing to support you whenever you decide to come to Germany and study within our program, the Master in Business Administration. So first of all, what is our mission statement and why should you actually study our Master International Business? That's because we would like to enable students from all possible backgrounds finally to meet and lead companies of all types in today's global business world. This means that you are not coming directly from studies where business topics are mostly relevant, but much more from technical focuses, studies like this, or some of you have studied medicine in the past. We also had some lawyers. Then you come to Germany and you get to know the business side, which you need to become finally a member, for example, of a board of directors, working for a company, being a CEO, or for comparable jobs. So our MBA program delivers at the most postgraduate level at general management education. This is very, very important for us. And we are doing this obviously in English. And we have a lot of different students from all around the world. And we would also like to bring you guys together to gain some more professional experience. On the one hand, within our MBA, on the other hand, because we would highly appreciate if you work, for example, during the time of your studies. So our students have usually, and those are the requirements, a degree from a business, from a study. You have a bachelor degree in any kind of subject. You should be proficient in English. We require at least a B2 certificate. This is the English level you should actually have, or something comparable. We also ask you to have at least 1 year of qualified working experience. And one of the best things actually we can offer is that we only have pretty small groups of not more than 25 students per year. So it's a very familiar atmosphere, one could say. So on this slide, you can see all different flags from all around the world, and you see where our students are coming from. We have many students from Germany. We have also students from Europe, from England, for example, Poland. In the past, we had many students from the Ukraine. However, usually our students are coming from Taiwan, India, Indonesia. You see, Germany is a pretty huge part too. And we have around about 35% of other countries combined within our MBA. So let us have a closer look at the topics. And you see they are divided in 4 bigger fields. One of them, the most important one, is the business and management field, where you will develop the respective skills. We will teach you, for example, innovation management, entrepreneurship, in international management, and many other subjects. And when you decide to come to Germany and to Würzburg, I will be the one who will teach you in international law. And this means that we're gonna consider aspects which pretty much apply all around the world, which are very international. For example, how to conclude a contract. And even more important, what happens if one party is in breach of a contractual duty? So we're gonna speak about the late performance, for example. We're gonna speak about impossibility of performance and about guarantee rights, which apply here within the European Union. This means that you're gonna get some knowledge how to claim your rights, for example, and especially regarding any damages which you have suffered as a company or as a businessman or woman, because the second party, the other party, did not perform as promised. Then we're gonna teach you methodical skills, social skills, and personal skills. We have a very interesting research project where you get all together and have a lovely time of some days somewhere pretty close to Würzburg. We spend a weekend together and learn and teach a lot. So what makes us special, and I would say this is actually one of the best things, is that we finally have a certain focus which you can choose. And you can, for example, choose Europe as your focus area, as your focus region, and then we're gonna teach you everything that you have to know to do business within Europe. Okay, we're gonna speak about the culture of Europe, especially of Germany. And when you are from Latin America, then you probably have the chance and should take the chance to work, for example, in Mexico for one of the German big car manufacturers like Volkswagen or Audi, okay? And they really appreciate it. If you know how to do business in Europe, in Germany, that it's really good to know how things work here in Germany and to take all those knowledge and to go to South America, for example, and work there. So when you decide to stay in Europe, you obviously don't have to leave Würzburg, but you still keep studying at the University of Applied Sciences here in Würzburg. However, you could also say that you would like to go to Asia and work there and study there for a couple of weeks. Then you are invited to study at our university in Taiwan, the Xi'an University, where you get to know the Asian way of life and how to do business there. Or we have another option, which is probably not that interesting for you, I would say, as you already speak Spanish. This is what I really appreciate and what is really important. However, usually German students very often go to Latin America, to Colombia. They stay at the University Externado in Bogotá, which is a lovely place too. Okay, so how does it look? When you start in the first semester, which is always the winter semester, you first of all study at the University of Applied Sciences in Würzburg. Afterwards, for the second semester, you have to choose where you would like to go. Once again, you can stay in Germany and focus on Europe as your most important region where you would like to work afterwards, or go to Taiwan and study there, or finally choose the Externado University if you decide for Latin America as the focus of your studies. And then you are coming back to Germany, just continue to study at the THWS here in Würzburg. So let us have a closer look at our program at a glance. So it's a pretty much renowned program which was running for the last 20 years. So you see, we are pretty old considering this. We are also accredited by the German Accreditation Council until 2028. We teach you in a beautiful place. This means here in Würzburg, in a lovely villa, which was once donated by an industrial family to our university. Our program takes 3 semesters, including the master thesis. And you remember, in the second semester, you have to leave Germany if you decide to focus on Asia or Latin America. Otherwise, if you decide to focus on Western Europe, you're gonna stay here. We have many professors and practitioners as your lecturers, so it's a very good mix. And yeah, this is something that students really appreciate. And we can also offer you pretty small groups of maximum 25 students. And this means that you are accepted as soon as possible, okay? You apply, you fulfill all the respective requirements, and then you will be accepted by our MIP, This means that you can also start to apply for a visa and do everything that has to be done before you come to Germany, okay? So we are not choosing afterwards, but it's very simple. You apply, you fulfill the requirements, you are accepted, and that's it. Our classes are obviously held in English. Once again, 3 focus regions which we can offer you. Latin America, Europe, and Asia. We have a moderate tuition fee, I would say, of 5,500 euros. And as you've heard, we are looking for people. We have many vacancies here in Germany, and you are highly welcome to come to Würzburg and study here on the one hand and to work on the other one. And this is my last point. We are only teaching on Fridays and Saturdays. This means that you will be able to work starting on Monday until Thursday. And I would say this is a very good mix of working and studying. This should also allow you to earn the respective money which you need, once for the tuition fee, and on the other hand also just to finance your life. And I would say thank you very much. This could be you, and you see on the left-hand side, we are standing on the lovely bridge, the Main bridge. Main is our river here in Würzburg. It's also called the Wine Bridge because Würzburg is a wine area. We have many vineyards here, as you can see in the background. And we are, of course, offering a lot of fun. We are having lunch together, and we are usually spending a lot of time, not only within the course, but also afterwards. So nobody will ever feel alone, hopefully, here in Würzburg.